I might cry if I talk about this. Here you go. So I went into the USA half marathon champs, and it's a new distance for me, longer than I've done, and I wanted to go into a race that I felt was challenging, but yet I'd be in it for the win. And after the race, I feel like I wasn't really in it for the win, but I'm really glad I entered it, and I feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have to increase my mileage, and these women I've been racing against, they've been running for years and years and years, and that's something that I don't have in my background. It's something that I have working against me, is just those miles in the leg, which is gonna make half marathon and marathon races difficult. Marathon Olympic trials are in basically less than 2 years, a year and 10 months, so I have that working against me, but I'm really excited to get out there and to keep hopefully improving. And I'm gonna have to take risks in order to perform at where I wanna perform, but at the same time, I need to stay healthy, because if I get injured, then that takes out more time. So, for me, I've really, my Achilles, I think one of the big things that came positively out of this half marathon is my Achilles was fine after it. Well, not perfect, but able to run on it, and I'm not limping in the morning and things like that. So that's something that I think is a positive, but I really need to keep an eye on it. So I posted after the race that I was disappointed with my race, and I got all these comments of people saying, "You're great, you're awesome," and it was interesting because I didn't really like those sort of comments. I appreciate them so much, and I love interacting with my fans and hearing what they have to say. But when I put out there that I was disappointed, it was more just to kind of tell people how I was feeling, and what I felt. I have a long way to go, and I knew going into this race that if I was to enter a marathon that day instead of a half, that I wouldn't have been in it, but I felt like maybe I could have been in it for that half, and to come away feeling like I wasn't in it is something that I need to go back and really just continue down this road. I don't think I need to change things drastically. I think I'm on the right path. It's just gonna take that time. The 5K and the 10K, a lot of people say, you'll be better at that, stick to that, not the longer distances. And I think even if you look at my performances this year, you'll see like I've improved my 5K and my 10K times. But these longer distances are gonna take longer to improve upon, because I'm used to doing those shorter distances. And I don't wanna do the track just merely because I love how iconic of an event the marathon is. I love the fans. I love running on the roads. Like, racing this weekend on the roads was so exciting. I prefer it to the track, and it's just where my passion is right now. So this race, I always say don't do anything new on race day, and we did something new. We didn't bring Stan, and the first day I was like, this is a huge mistake. I miss him so much, and it was really hard to be away from him, not only emotionally, but I'm still feeding him, and I had to pump, and the pump does not do as good of a job as Stanley, and so it was actually, I started to get some plug duct, and then I was worried I was going to get mastitis, and there was all these things that were just different. And I think as an athlete you have to be a little selfish, and I might cry if I talk about this, but I feel like I need to stop breastfeeding Stanley, a little bit for myself, more so than for him, and that's going to be something that emotionally it's going to be really hard, but I need to really increase my miles, and I need to keep those nutrients. I need to kind of own my body and get that body back to me, as opposed to back to supporting both of us. So hopefully he'll take that okay. I think I get emotional about having to stop breastfeeding, because it's a very special time with Stanley. It's something that only I can do. And his smile when I ask him, I'll go like, "Oh, do you want some milk?" And he just has this huge smile on his face. And yeah, it's something that, it's a special time that I have with him that no one else can have. And but it has to stop at some point. And I think this is about the time we need to start weaning. I think a lot of people have what works for them in nutrition, and some people are plant-based. Some people think maybe I need to eat more, or I actually feel like I eat a lot, and right now, I guess another reason why I feel like I need to maybe stop breastfeeding is it takes a lot of calories, and it really is hard to stay on top of the calories. I'm eating a ton right now to produce that breast milk and also to fuel me in my running to make sure I don't get injured. So I feel like I have a nutritionist, and for me, I need to have meat to perform well, and I also feel like I'm really diligent about making sure I get enough calories in, and that's something that Patrick and I work really hard at to make sure I have enough fuel. I used to get mad when I would eat more than Patrick in a serving size, and now I've just learned to accept it. He's not working out as much as me, so some days I need more food than him, and we really believe that we need fats to perform, full fats, so we never buy, low-fat things. I get a lot of questions about how many calories a day I eat, and we've never counted or kept track of it. One day maybe we'll have somebody come in so can answer all your questions, but that's something that I don't keep track of. It's just, I eat for performance and enjoyment. Thank you guys for following. I love your comments, questions. I love getting feedback about what you'd like to hear more of so that you can learn more about this journey. Up next for me is heading to Mammoth for an altitude camp. Patrick and Stanley will join, and we'll be breathing that thin air.